I promise you, I will end your career.
DT's up against Goldbridge. Here we go.
Well, that didn't go well. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen the video I did with Cheeky Sport, go and check it out. Click the I button now, whatever corner it's in. If you support Arsenal and you're into podcasts, why not go and check out the podcast I did with my guy from Florida. Link will be in the description below. But yeah, it's quite a good one. And here it is, what you've all been waiting for. Well, one guy on Instagram. In part 2 to the Goldbridge DT beef, which if you haven't seen the first one, maybe go and watch it. You probably don't want to, but if you do, just click the I button now. Again, it'll give you a bit of prior knowledge to what has happened on this, if you really care at all. I still have literally no idea what these videos are. I mean, I guess it's just coverage of inter-fan channel beef, which, as I said in the last video, how the fuck does that get views nowadays? I mean, it's ridiculous that I could technically make a living if I just did this all the time of talking about two middle-aged men having a fight. Two middle-aged men who made their name off shouting at a camera. I could just make a living off that. It's ridiculous. But if the opportunity's there for views, you know, why not? What am I doing with my time? Anyway, since the first video, Blood Brothers has been released, which, if you don't know, is just Arsenal Fan TV's own football team. It's just a sort of documentary about them. A team that consists of no one who actually goes on the channel regularly, and Robbie with it as the chairman, of course, and, you know, the players and coaches acting way too angrily all the time. All the fucking time for dramatic effect. To be honest, it's actually quite entertaining, and I think it's on Amazon Prime, so if you want a full in-depth review of Blood Brothers, which please don't, I mean, why would you, then I guess I'll do one. Anyway, since the first few Raw clips have been released, you know, the sort of information around the match has been released, DT said that all will be revealed soon, suggesting it will all be revealed in this episode or in this series. We waited and waited for ages for this to be released just to see what went down actually with the pair. And basically, in short, nothing's really changed in my view. Might as well stop the video now. Basically, we already knew DT being a bit of a prick and acted like a bit of a 14-year-old to the referee. All this episode of Blood Brothers really reveals to us is sort of the full reaction, which might as well have a look at.
Marv is out, DT is on. Yes, finally.
The commentator's just fucking cringy throughout this. Look at him go.
DT's up against Goldbridge. Here we go. Was that a kick from Goldbridge? Rance has hold of DT.
I mean, come on. Two grown men kicking each other in their 30s or 40s. It's just a bit pathetic. The beef was actually born in the arrangement of this match where Mark thought that AFTB might be a bit good because they had some semi-pro players in their team. Which again, come on, I mean, the match doesn't really mean that. It's essentially a friendly.
Is that Rance? It's all going down now.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Sort your head out. You went for the nuts, it never fucking worked. Well done. Get off! You went for the nuts, it never worked. Take it. You're pulling him down the whole time. You went for the nuts, you tried to be all about you and it never worked.
Hope you saw that, ref. Well, he was on the floor and he kicked me.
Come on, hey, let's play the game in a good spirit. Come on.
Everyone else, away. Everyone else, away.
Skull, I don't fucking need that, yeah? You don't need that.
Over here.
All right, Scully. It's not all about him. Yeah?
No, it's silly, man.
It's AFTV FC. It's not all about you. It's not DT.
Over here.
You've got to agree with Flex. Throughout the whole thing, what he says is, in regards to DT's actions, is completely true, and he seems to be one of the only level-headed people there.
Hey, it's not. I'm telling you, that was ridiculous. All right?
You went for the nuts, it didn't work, he started crying.
No, nothing to do with that. It was the after on the floor when he's kicked out.
You both batted.
Hey,
you both batted.
both of you, shut up.
No worries, no worries.
You talked enough.
No worries.
I'm talking now. All right? End of story.
The ref just makes me laugh as well. I don't know why, he just does. A lot of people seem to criticise DT for this situation. For me, this incident alone where he gets kicked, I can understand his reaction to an extent, and I don't think it's really him to be blamed. His reaction isn't great, but Goldbridge does really just kick out on him, in which most football matches that would just end up in a straight red card, so I can understand DT's frustration there. So for me, Goldbridge is the one who really has to take slack there. Anyway, after this, two AFTV players start arguing with each other and both get sent off, which again seems a bit ridiculous. I mean, maybe some of this was fabricated, but I guess that's for another video, isn't it?
Honestly, this is a dangerous situation. Can you just... They're on the same team, yeah? These two are fine, ref. These two are fine.
Shake hands.
Ref, that's...
End of story,
Shake hands, boys.
right?
That's fine, it's football.
Shake hands.
Shake
That
hands,
will be
man.
the end of it. And I don't want to hear any more
Ref,
of it.
ref,
Okay?
they're on the same team. Just have a word. I don't know what's going on there.
Name?
You lot are absolutely fucking embarrassing.
This is mental.
I don't like to nonce shame, but it does kind of sound like one.
Lose their heads, innit? That's what I'm saying. People lose their heads, man.
People lose heads.
Look, cool down, man. Hey, cool down, man. Cool down.
Oh shit! He just sprayed him.
This guy can't be serious.
Nash goes in. Is that a foul though? Shit. Red card.
Early showers, fam. Antiperspirant for DT, fam.
Expression is just fucking hilarious for this whole thing.
DT, if you can't take it, don't do this arena, bro. Stop it. Why are you pushing the ref? What's wrong with you?
You're a fucking cheat.
DT.
Fuck off. You're fucking
DT.
cheating cunt.
DT, you're representing Arsenal. You're
Nah,
representing
fuck
AFTV. You're disgracing
Fuck off.
the game,
Yeah,
DT.
fuck it. Done.
You got the game called off.
Called off. Finished. Done. Fuck off.
DT, man. Robbie. Come on. You're representing AFTV, bro. Have some
I
pride and
represent my
respect.
fucking self.
Oh my days.
You're a fucking cheat.
Hey, what happened? What happened? Hey, what happened?
Fucking cheat.
Hey, what happened?
You're a fucking cheat.
What happened?
Wouldn't have sent me off because I turned around and said, how's that a foul?
Stop, man.
You know when a man's from Luton, bro, you can't take him out, fam. DT, blood, you get me? He felt... Who's calling me? Is it a girl? No, it's not, blood. Jeez, I won't be answering that.
All it was a foul. And
It was a foul, it was a foul.
And he's gone right into my head and started swearing.
Ref.
That's dissent, and I'm sending off for that.
Listen to him, sorry.
Fucking cheat. You're a fucking cheat.
The way he just comes in from nowhere and just aggressively points at him. It's not even funny, to be honest. I shouldn't be laughing. It's pathetic from DT. It's the sort of thing you'd see in like a under-14s match. I understand people getting frustrated at the ref. You know, I've done it. Everyone's done it at some point in Sunday League. But you can't be pushing the ref, which is what he was sent off for, and swearing in his face aggressively, and letting it get to the extent where the ref doesn't feel capable or comfortable refereeing the game anymore, that he has to abandon it. What I don't understand is why DT thought this being released would sort of justify his actions. For me, nothing in this video is justified, and I know he has apologised for most of his actions, but he's still sort of tried to make some of them as an excuse, used them as passion as an excuse, which is just not an excuse. Obviously, people make mistakes, and you got to accept that. He's made a mistake here, but there have been quite a few examples, particularly online and in person, where he seems to have lost it with people, and I think it is just his personality. He's gonna, if he keeps doing stuff like that, he's just going to build up his reputation as giving him this bad name, which he's not necessarily.
Wow.
It's already done, man.
You can't justify it, DT. What you're doing is absurd.
Wow.
What you're doing is fucking cheat. You're letting yourself down. You're laughing at them two.
Don't care.
I feel for the team here.
I expect DT. I expect so much better from you, man.
No!
Come
It's a
on.
fucking cheat, man.
DT has lost it.
Thank you for coming. I'm sorry for that. Fucking ridiculous.
They're trying to turn it into like some fucking sad film. Since the game, the beef has been renewed. Mark, Goldbridge, DT going at each other in pretty much every tweet that they tweet, you know. They just seem to be going in, having a dig. Some of it's banter, some of there does seem to be a genuine distaste between the two of them. They're like a fucking married couple. For me, it's a bit petty, to be honest. They're two grown men having a bit of a petty scrap. Just either resolve it or just don't speak about each other in literally every fucking tweet. For me, it's getting a bit boring now, but that's just my personal opinion. Not that any of you give a shit. However, if it wasn't for this beef, then wouldn't have this many subs. So if you want to continue, go for it. Honestly, there isn't much more to say about it than that, other than that it's two grown men having a scrap and it needs to be resolved. So yeah, this is sort of the refreshed view of the conflict. Blood Brothers hasn't really revealed much information. Basically meaning this part 2 was only for views. Yeah. Anyway, about the channel, thank you for anybody who's watched the channel this year, subscribed, liked, just supported the channel in any way. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to be working with Cheeky Sport to produce maybe weekly videos in 2019, so if you maybe you're a bit interested, then just, you know, look out for them. This channel also has big plans for 2019, so if you do like it, then subscribe to the channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.
And yeah, and I've dealt with the issues that are at hand. DT's been removed. He'll no longer have anything to do with the team. Listen to what I'm saying.
Fucking cheat. You're a fucking cheat.